Hello and welcome to Gentle English for Rest. This is calm, simple English. There is nothing to learn. There is nothing to remember. The English stays soft. The time stays calm. The room is quiet. The room is still. It is Sunday morning. The time is late morning. The bed is soft. The room feels calm. The light is gentle. The light comes in. The light comes through glass. The window is open. The window is still. The air is soft. The air is clean. I wake up slowly. I stay in bed. I feel the bed. I feel the room. I sit up slowly. I sit on the bed. My feet touch floor. The floor is cool. The room stays quiet. The room stays calm. I stand up slowly. I stand in place. I look around. The room looks same. The room feels safe. The light stays soft. The window shows light. I walk in room. I walk very slow. My steps are soft. The sound is low. The room hears nothing. The room holds quiet. I go to window. I stand near window. I see the light. The light feels warm. The sky looks pale. The day feels slow. I turn back inside. I walk in room. I sit on chair. The chair feels firm. I sit very still. The room stays calm. I drink some water. The water feels cool. The glass feels clear. I drink very slow. I put glass down. The table is near. The room feels known. Everything feels same. The morning feels easy. The time moves slow. The space feels familiar. The house feels quiet. It is late morning. The light feels higher. The room looks bright. The walls look soft. I stand in room. I move very slow. I walk to door. The door is open. The house feels still. I walk inside house. The floor feels clean. The air feels light. I stand near window. I open the window. The window moves slow. More light comes in. The light fills space. The space stays calm. I look at light. I look at floor. I look at wall. Everything looks quiet. I sit on chair. I sit very still. I hear soft sounds. The house sounds low. The house holds silence. I stand again slowly. I walk very gently. I move across room. The movement feels easy. Nothing feels rushed. The time feels open. The light stays kind. The house stays warm. I stand and wait. I sit and rest. The space feels safe. The day stays quiet. It is now midday. The light is steady. The room stays same. Nothing really changes. The house feels known. The air feels even. The sound stays low. I stay inside house. I rest in chair. I rest on sofa. My body feels still. My mind feels calm. I look at wall. The wall looks plain. The light moves slow. The floor looks warm. I sit and wait. I stand and rest. I move very little. The space feels soft. The house holds quiet. The day holds time. I drink more water. The water feels fresh. I place the glass. The table feels firm. I walk a little. I stop and stand. Everything feels gentle. The air stays calm. The house stays still. The time moves on. The afternoon arrives. It is Sunday afternoon. The light feels soft. The sun feels low. The room looks warm. The house feels slow. I stay near home. I stay inside house. I walk near window. I watch the light. The light feels calm. The shadows grow soft. The day feels wide. I sit and wait. I stand and look. I move without rush. The house feels kind. The sound stays low. The air stays easy. I walk very slowly. I pause and stop. The time passes on. The afternoon feels long. The room stays quiet. The space stays known. The evening comes in. The light grows dim. The room feels quiet. The house feels still. It is Sunday evening. The light turns soft. The window shows dark. The sky looks calm. I return to room. I sit and rest. The bed feels near. The space feels safe. The day comes close. The Sunday feels complete. Everything feels gentle. Everything feels same. The room holds silence. The night feels calm. The house feels familiar. The space feels open. It is late morning. The time feels near noon. The light feels clear. The light feels calm. I stay inside house. I stand in the room. My feet touch floor. The floor feels cool. The air feels still. The sound feels low. I stand very still. The room stays quiet. The walls feel close. The light moves slowly. I walk across room. I walk very slow. My steps feel soft. The house stays calm. I stop near window. The window looks clean. I open the window. The window moves gently. More light comes in. The light fills space. The air moves inside. The room feels fresh. The sound stays low. I look at light. The light looks white. The light looks warm. The floor shows light. The wall shows light. The space feels bright. I stand and watch. I stay very still. The moment feels long. The time feels wide. I walk to chair. The chair feels firm. I sit on chair. I sit very straight. My hands rest quiet. My body feels calm. The house feels safe. The air feels soft. The sound feels small. I listen to silence. The silence feels full. The house holds silence. The room holds stillness. Nothing feels loud. Nothing feels fast. The time moves slow. I stand up slowly. I move from chair. I walk across floor. The floor feels smooth. The light stays steady. The window stays open. The air stays fresh. I stop near table. The table feels solid. I place my hand. The surface feels cool. I stand and wait. The room stays quiet. I look around space. The space feels known. The space feels plain. The walls look simple. The light looks soft. Everything feels familiar. I walk very slowly. I stop and stand. I sit again softly. The chair stays still. My feet rest flat. My body feels easy. The house stays calm. The house stays quiet. The time feels gentle. The light feels kind. The sound stays low. I look at window. The window shows light. The outside looks still. The sky looks pale. The day feels slow. I stand near window. I breathe the air. The air feels clean. The air feels light. The room feels open. I close the window. The window moves slow. The sound stays soft. The house feels same. I walk across room. I move without rush. I stop near wall. The wall feels cool. The light touches wall. I stand and rest. I sit and wait. The time passes on. The late morning stays. The day feels quiet. I stay inside house. I stay with stillness. The space feels gentle. The house feels warm. The moment feels safe. The light stays bright. The sound stays low. The time moves slowly. Everything stays calm. It is midday now. The time feels even. The light stays steady. The room feels same. The house feels known. Nothing really changes. The air feels calm. The sound feels low. I stay inside house. I sit on sofa. The sofa feels soft. My body feels still. My hands rest quiet. My feet touch floor. The floor feels warm. The room stays quiet. The light comes in. The window stays open. The light looks white. The light looks soft. The wall shows light. The floor shows light. The space feels gentle. I sit very still. I look at wall. The wall looks plain. The wall feels close. The room feels small. The room feels safe. The air feels even. The air feels clean. The sound stays low. The house holds silence. The silence feels full. Nothing feels loud. Nothing feels fast. I rest on sofa. My back feels easy. My head stays still. My eyes stay open. The time moves slow. The moment feels long. I stand up slowly. I move from sofa. I walk very slow. My steps feel light. The floor stays quiet. The house stays calm. I walk to window. I stand near glass. The glass feels cool. The light feels warm. The sky looks pale. The day looks still. I stay near window. I watch the light. The light moves slow. The shadows stay soft. The room feels calm. I turn back inside. I walk across room. I stop near chair. The chair feels firm. I sit on chair. I sit very still. My hands rest low. My feet rest flat. My body feels quiet. My breath stays soft. The house feels safe. The light stays steady. The sound stays small. The air stays calm. The space feels open. I drink some water. The water feels cool. The glass feels smooth. I drink very slow. I place glass down. The table feels solid. I stand near table. I stand and wait. The room stays quiet. The time passes on. The midday stays calm. The light feels kind. The house feels warm. Everything feels same. I walk a little. I stop and stand. I move very little. The movement feels soft. The space stays still. I sit again softly. The chair stays still. The floor stays warm. The wall stays plain. I look around room. The room looks known. The room feels familiar. Nothing feels new. Nothing feels strange. The sound stays low. The silence stays deep. The house holds quiet. The moment feels safe. I rest my hands. I rest my feet. I rest my body. The body feels calm. The mind feels calm. The light stays white. The light stays soft. The window stays open. The air moves slow. I stand up slowly. I walk across floor. I pause and stop. The time feels wide. I stand near wall. The wall feels cool. The light touches wall. The shadow stays soft. I turn and sit. I sit on sofa. The sofa feels kind. The space feels gentle. The midday feels long. The day feels slow. The house feels quiet. The room feels still. I stay inside house. I stay with silence. The silence feels full. The sound stays low. I look at window. The window shows light. The outside looks still. The sky looks calm. I stay where I am. I move very little. The time moves on. The midday stays soft. The house stays same. The room stays known. Everything stays gentle. Everything stays calm. It is Sunday afternoon. The time feels slow. The light feels softer. The sun feels lower. The room feels warm. The house feels calm. I stay inside house. I stand near window. The window shows light. The light looks pale. The sky looks soft. The day feels quiet. I stand very still. My feet touch floor. The floor feels warm. The air feels gentle. The sound stays low. The space feels open. I walk across room. I walk very slow. My steps feel light. The house stays quiet. The walls feel near. The room feels safe. I stop near chair. The chair feels firm. I sit on chair. I sit very still. My hands rest low. My body feels easy. The light moves slow. The shadows feel soft. The wall shows light. The floor shows shade. The room feels calm. I look around space. The space feels known. The space feels plain. Nothing feels new. Nothing feels strange. Everything feels same. I stand up slowly. I move from chair. I walk near window. The window stays open. The air moves inside. The air feels clean. I look at light. The light feels warm. The light feels kind. The afternoon feels long. The time feels wide. I stay near window. I watch the sky. The sky looks pale. The clouds look still. The outside feels calm. I turn back inside. I walk across room. I stop near table. The table feels solid. I place my hand. The surface feels cool. I stand and wait. The room stays quiet. The sound stays small. The house holds silence. The silence feels full. I sit on sofa. The sofa feels soft. My back feels easy. My head feels still. My eyes stay open. The light grows soft. The sun moves low. The afternoon goes on. The room feels warm. The house feels safe. I rest on sofa. My hands rest quiet. My feet rest flat. My body feels calm. The moment feels gentle. I stand again slowly. I walk very gently. I move without rush. The time moves slow. The day feels open. I walk near door. The door stays closed. The house stays still. The space feels quiet. I stop and stand. I listen to silence. The silence stays deep. The sound stays low. Nothing feels loud. I walk back inside. I sit on chair. The chair stays still. The floor stays warm. The wall stays plain. I look at wall. The light touches wall. The shadow looks soft. The color feels calm. I stand near window. I feel the air. The air feels mild. The air feels light. The room feels open. The afternoon stays slow. The light stays kind. The house stays calm. The space stays known. I move very little. I pause and stop. I sit and wait. The time passes on. I walk a little. I stop again. The movement feels easy. The body feels light. I look at floor. The floor shows light. The floor shows shade. The pattern feels soft. I sit on sofa. I rest my body. I rest my hands. I rest my feet. The room feels quiet. The house feels warm. The afternoon feels long. The day feels gentle. I stay inside house. I stay with calm. The calm feels steady. The silence feels full. The light grows lower. The shadows grow long. The room feels soft. The space feels safe. I stand near window. I watch the light. The light moves slow. The afternoon moves on. I turn and sit. I sit very still. The time feels wide. The moment feels safe. The house stays same. The room stays known. Everything stays gentle. Everything stays calm. It is Sunday evening. The time feels quiet. The light grows dim. The sun is low. The room feels soft. The house feels still. I stay inside room. I stand near window. The window shows dark. The sky looks deep. The light feels weak. The day feels slow. I stand very still. My feet touch floor. The floor feels warm. The air feels calm. The sound stays low. The space feels safe. I close the window. The window moves slow. The room feels quiet. The outside feels far. The light stays soft. I walk across room. I walk very slow. My steps feel light. The house stays calm. The walls feel near. The room feels known. I stop near bed. The bed feels soft. I sit on bed. I sit very still. My hands rest low. My body feels easy. The light feels dim. The shadow feels long. The wall looks plain. The floor looks dark. The room feels warm. I look around room. The space feels same. Nothing feels new. Nothing feels strange. Everything feels familiar. I stand up slowly. I move from bed. I walk near table. The table feels solid. I place my hand. The surface feels cool. I stand and wait. The room stays quiet. The sound stays small. The house holds silence. The silence feels full. I sit on chair. The chair feels firm. I sit very still. My feet rest flat. My body feels calm. The evening feels long. The time feels wide. The light stays low. The air stays gentle. The space feels open. I turn off light. The light goes dark. The room feels soft. The shadow feels deep. The night feels near. I walk to bed. I move very slow. The floor stays quiet. The house stays still. The moment feels safe. I sit on bed. The bed feels warm. I lie down slowly. My body feels heavy. My hands rest quiet. The room feels dark. The sound feels low. The air feels calm. The space feels kind. I stay very still. I rest on bed. My feet feel warm. My back feels easy. My head feels still. The night moves in. The day moves out. The Sunday feels done. The time feels calm. The house stays quiet. The room stays known. Everything stays gentle. Everything stays soft. I breathe slow air. The air feels light. The silence feels deep. The darkness feels safe. The light stays gone. The shadow stays soft. The room feels small. The space feels warm. I stay on bed. I move very little. The body feels calm. The mind feels calm. The evening goes on. The night feels long. The house feels still. The world feels quiet. I rest in room. I rest in silence. The silence feels full. The moment feels gentle. The Sunday ends slowly. The time feels kind. The space feels safe. The night feels calm. The room stays quiet. The house stays still. Everything stays same. Everything stays calm. The room is quiet. The room is still. It is Sunday morning. The time is late morning. The bed is soft. The room feels calm. The light is gentle. The light comes in. The light comes through glass. The window is open. The window is still. The air is soft. The air is clean. I wake up slowly. I stay in bed. I feel the bed. I feel the room. I sit up slowly. I sit on the bed. My feet touch floor. The floor is cool. The room stays quiet. The room stays calm. I stand up slowly. I stand in place. I look around. The room looks same. The room feels safe. The light stays soft. The window shows light. I walk in room. I walk very slow. My steps are soft. The sound is low. The room hears nothing. The room holds quiet. I go to window. I stand near window. I see the light. The light feels warm. The sky looks pale. The day feels slow. I turn back inside. I walk in room. I sit on chair. The chair feels firm. I sit very still. The room stays calm. I drink some water. The water feels cool. The glass feels clear. I drink very slow. I put glass down. The table is near. The room feels known. Everything feels same. The morning feels easy. The time moves slow. The space feels familiar. The house feels quiet. It is late morning. The light feels higher. The room looks bright. The walls look soft. I stand in room. I move very slow. I walk to door. The door is open. The house feels still. I walk inside house. The floor feels clean. The air feels light. I stand near window. I open the window. The window moves slow. More light comes in. The light fills space. The space stays calm. I look at light. I look at floor. I look at wall. Everything looks quiet. I sit on chair. I sit very still. I hear soft sounds. The house sounds low. The house holds silence. I stand again slowly. I walk very gently. I move across room. The movement feels easy. Nothing feels rushed. The time feels open. The light stays kind. The house stays warm. I stand and wait. I sit and rest. The space feels safe. The day stays quiet. It is now midday. The light is steady. The room stays same. Nothing really changes. The house feels known. The air feels even. The sound stays low. I stay inside house. I rest in chair. I rest on sofa. My body feels still. My mind feels calm. I look at wall. The wall looks plain. The light moves slow. The floor looks warm. I sit and wait. I stand and rest. I move very little. The space feels soft. The house holds quiet. The day holds time. I drink more water. The water feels fresh. I place the glass. The table feels firm. I walk a little. I stop and stand. Everything feels gentle. The air stays calm. The house stays still. The time moves on. The afternoon arrives. It is Sunday afternoon. The light feels soft. The sun feels low. The room looks warm. The house feels slow. I stay near home. I stay inside house. I walk near window. I watch the light. The light feels calm. The shadows grow soft. The day feels wide. I sit and wait. I stand and look. I move without rush. The house feels kind. The sound stays low. The air stays easy. I walk very slowly. I pause and stop. The time passes on. The afternoon feels long. The room stays quiet. The space stays known. The evening comes in. The light grows dim. The room feels quiet. The house feels still. It is Sunday evening. The light turns soft. The window shows dark. The sky looks calm. I return to room. I sit and rest. The bed feels near. The space feels safe. The day comes close. The Sunday feels complete. Everything feels gentle. Everything feels same. The room holds silence. The night feels calm. The house feels familiar. The space feels open. It is late morning. The time feels near noon. The light feels clear. The light feels calm. I stay inside house. I stand in the room. My feet touch floor. The floor feels cool. The air feels still. The sound feels low. I stand very still. The room stays quiet. The walls feel close. The light moves slowly. I walk across room. I walk very slow. My steps feel soft. The house stays calm. I stop near window. The window looks clean. I open the window. The window moves gently. More light comes in. The light fills space. The air moves inside. The room feels fresh. The sound stays low. I look at light. The light looks white. The light looks warm. The floor shows light. The wall shows light. The space feels bright. I stand and watch. I stay very still. The moment feels long. The time feels wide. I walk to chair. The chair feels firm. I sit on chair. I sit very straight. My hands rest quiet. My body feels calm. The house feels safe. The air feels soft. The sound feels small. I listen to silence. The silence feels full. The house holds silence. The room holds stillness. Nothing feels loud. Nothing feels fast. The time moves slow. I stand up slowly. I move from chair. I walk across floor. The floor feels smooth. The light stays steady. The window stays open. The air stays fresh. I stop near table. The table feels solid. I place my hand. The surface feels cool. I stand and wait. The room stays quiet. I look around space. The space feels known. The space feels plain. The walls look simple. The light looks soft. Everything feels familiar. I walk very slowly. I stop and stand. I sit again softly. The chair stays still. My feet rest flat. My body feels easy. The house stays calm. The house stays quiet. The time feels gentle. The light feels kind. The sound stays low. I look at window. The window shows light. The outside looks still. The sky looks pale. The day feels slow. I stand near window. I breathe the air. The air feels clean. The air feels light. The room feels open. I close the window. The window moves slow. The sound stays soft. The house feels same. I walk across room. I move without rush. I stop near wall. The wall feels cool. The light touches wall. I stand and rest. I sit and wait. The time passes on. The late morning stays. The day feels quiet. I stay inside house. I stay with stillness. The space feels gentle. The house feels warm. The moment feels safe. The light stays bright. The sound stays low. The time moves slowly. Everything stays calm. It is midday now. The time feels even. The light stays steady. The room feels same. The house feels known. Nothing really changes. The air feels calm. The sound feels low. I stay inside house. I sit on sofa. The sofa feels soft. My body feels still. My hands rest quiet. My feet touch floor. The floor feels warm. The room stays quiet. The light comes in. The window stays open. The light looks white. The light looks soft. The wall shows light. The floor shows light. The space feels gentle. I sit very still. I look at wall. The wall looks plain. The wall feels close. The room feels small. The room feels safe. The air feels even. The air feels clean. The sound stays low. The house holds silence. The silence feels full. Nothing feels loud. Nothing feels fast. I rest on sofa. My back feels easy. My head stays still. My eyes stay open. The time moves slow. The moment feels long. I stand up slowly. I move from sofa. I walk very slow. My steps feel light. The floor stays quiet. The house stays calm. I walk to window. I stand near glass. The glass feels cool. The light feels warm. The sky looks pale. The day looks still. I stay near window. I watch the light. The light moves slow. The shadows stay soft. The room feels calm. I turn back inside. I walk across room. I stop near chair. The chair feels firm. I sit on chair. I sit very still. My hands rest low. My feet rest flat. My body feels quiet. My breath stays soft. The house feels safe. The light stays steady. The sound stays small. The air stays calm. The space feels open. I drink some water. The water feels cool. The glass feels smooth. I drink very slow. I place glass down. The table feels solid. I stand near table. I stand and wait. The room stays quiet. The time passes on. The midday stays calm. The light feels kind. The house feels warm. Everything feels same. I walk a little. I stop and stand. I move very little. The movement feels soft. The space stays still. I sit again softly. The chair stays still. The floor stays warm. The wall stays plain. I look around room. The room looks known. The room feels familiar. Nothing feels new. Nothing feels strange. The sound stays low. The silence stays deep. The house holds quiet. The moment feels safe. I rest my hands. I rest my feet. I rest my body. The body feels calm. The mind feels calm. The light stays white. The light stays soft. The window stays open. The air moves slow. I stand up slowly. I walk across floor. I pause and stop. The time feels wide. I stand near wall. The wall feels cool. The light touches wall. The shadow stays soft. I turn and sit. I sit on sofa. The sofa feels kind. The space feels gentle. The midday feels long. The day feels slow. The house feels quiet. The room feels still. I stay inside house. I stay with silence. The silence feels full. The sound stays low. I look at window. The window shows light. The outside looks still. The sky looks calm. I stay where I am. I move very little. The time moves on. The midday stays soft. The house stays same. The room stays known. Everything stays gentle. Everything stays calm. It is Sunday afternoon. The time feels slow. The light feels softer. The sun feels lower. The room feels warm. The house feels calm. I stay inside house. I stand near window. The window shows light. The light looks pale. The sky looks soft. The day feels quiet. I stand very still. My feet touch floor. The floor feels warm. The air feels gentle. The sound stays low. The space feels open. I walk across room. I walk very slow. My steps feel light. The house stays quiet. The walls feel near. The room feels safe. I stop near chair. The chair feels firm. I sit on chair. I sit very still. My hands rest low. My body feels easy. The light moves slow. The shadows feel soft. The wall shows light. The floor shows shade. The room feels calm. I look around space. The space feels known. The space feels plain. Nothing feels new. Nothing feels strange. Everything feels same. I stand up slowly. I move from chair. I walk near window. The window stays open. The air moves inside. The air feels clean. I look at light. The light feels warm. The light feels kind. The afternoon feels long. The time feels wide. I stay near window. I watch the sky. The sky looks pale. The clouds look still. The outside feels calm. I turn back inside. I walk across room. I stop near table. The table feels solid. I place my hand. The surface feels cool. I stand and wait. The room stays quiet. The sound stays small. The house holds silence. The silence feels full. I sit on sofa. The sofa feels soft. My back feels easy. My head feels still. My eyes stay open. The light grows soft. The sun moves low. The afternoon goes on. The room feels warm. The house feels safe. I rest on sofa. My hands rest quiet. My feet rest flat. My body feels calm. The moment feels gentle. I stand again slowly. I walk very gently. I move without rush. The time moves slow. The day feels open. I walk near door. The door stays closed. The house stays still. The space feels quiet. I stop and stand. I listen to silence. The silence stays deep. The sound stays low. Nothing feels loud. I walk back inside. I sit on chair. The chair stays still. The floor stays warm. The wall stays plain. I look at wall. The light touches wall. The shadow looks soft. The color feels calm. I stand near window. I feel the air. The air feels mild. The air feels light. The room feels open. The afternoon stays slow. The light stays kind. The house stays calm. The space stays known. I move very little. I pause and stop. I sit and wait. The time passes on. I walk a little. I stop again. The movement feels easy. The body feels light. I look at floor. The floor shows light. The floor shows shade. The pattern feels soft. I sit on sofa. I rest my body. I rest my hands. I rest my feet. The room feels quiet. The house feels warm. The afternoon feels long. The day feels gentle. I stay inside house. I stay with calm. The calm feels steady. The silence feels full. The light grows lower. The shadows grow long. The room feels soft. The space feels safe. I stand near window. I watch the light. The light moves slow. The afternoon moves on. I turn and sit. I sit very still. The time feels wide. The moment feels safe. The house stays same. The room stays known. Everything stays gentle. Everything stays calm. It is Sunday evening. The time feels quiet. The light grows dim. The sun is low. The room feels soft. The house feels still. I stay inside room. I stand near window. The window shows dark. The sky looks deep. The light feels weak. The day feels slow. I stand very still. My feet touch floor. The floor feels warm. The air feels calm. The sound stays low. The space feels safe. I close the window. The window moves slow. The room feels quiet. The outside feels far. The light stays soft. I walk across room. I walk very slow. My steps feel light. The house stays calm. The walls feel near. The room feels known. I stop near bed. The bed feels soft. I sit on bed. I sit very still. My hands rest low. My body feels easy. The light feels dim. The shadow feels long. The wall looks plain. The floor looks dark. The room feels warm. I look around room. The space feels same. Nothing feels new. Nothing feels strange. Everything feels familiar. I stand up slowly. I move from bed. I walk near table. The table feels solid. I place my hand. The surface feels cool. I stand and wait. The room stays quiet. The sound stays small. The house holds silence. The silence feels full. I sit on chair. The chair feels firm. I sit very still. My feet rest flat. My body feels calm. The evening feels long. The time feels wide. The light stays low. The air stays gentle. The space feels open. I turn off light. The light goes dark. The room feels soft. The shadow feels deep. The night feels near. I walk to bed. I move very slow. The floor stays quiet. The house stays still. The moment feels safe. I sit on bed. The bed feels warm. I lie down slowly. My body feels heavy. My hands rest quiet. The room feels dark. The sound feels low. The air feels calm. The space feels kind. I stay very still. I rest on bed. My feet feel warm. My back feels easy. My head feels still. The night moves in. The day moves out. The Sunday feels done. The time feels calm. The house stays quiet. The room stays known. Everything stays gentle. Everything stays soft. I breathe slow air. The air feels light. The silence feels deep. The darkness feels safe. The light stays gone. The shadow stays soft. The room feels small. The space feels warm. I stay on bed. I move very little. The body feels calm. The mind feels calm. The evening goes on. The night feels long. The house feels still. The world feels quiet. I rest in room. I rest in silence. The silence feels full. The moment feels gentle. The Sunday ends slowly. The time feels kind. The space feels safe. The night feels calm. The room stays quiet. The house stays still. Everything stays same. Everything stays calm. If you enjoy this quiet English, you can like the video. You can subscribe for more calm English.